I'm surprised and delighted with you. I'm delighted you're here, choosing beautiful images to celebrate you and to remind you of your power, your worth, your delight that you bring to others. So thank you for joining me this evening. Good evening, and thank you for joining me. It's not a surprise, but I am delighted to be here with you this evening for a few short minutes. I just thought, let's keep it quick. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it short tonight. And we don't have to overcomplicate things. And so I've just got some simple colored pencils, and I'm just going to do simple and traditional. I'm going to just color 2 pencils at once and see what happens as I maybe do some color mixing. I am surprised. Did I surprise you by using 2 pencils at once? I like to play around with different techniques. And so this one just occurred to me right as I was picking up the pencils. So we get to be surprised and delighted together. So good. So good. I am surprised and delighted. Are you sometimes surprised at how life is unfolding? Right? The key is to be surprised and delighted. That is the trick, because they say nothing is constant but change, right? And so if there's one thing we can count on, it's things not staying the same. I've driven lately through a lot of like neighborhoods or streets. I live about a half hour, 40 minutes away from downtown Salt Lake City, and I used to do marketing, business to business, all up there. And so I just ended up in one of my old marketing neighborhood parts of town. And so as I was driving through, I just was struck by, wow, it's so different. Where there used to be fields, now there's like high-rise apartment homes, and that's the way of progress. And I'm grateful that I get to have seen it how it was before, and I get to experience it how it is now. Oh, so just by the way, I'm flipping these so it makes a little different design here. But yeah, so surprised. Yeah, and at first I was like, hey, my nostalgia, like, that's not what I used to know. But then it's kind of cool that the place I live is desirable enough that people keep coming here, right? So that's a coolness. And so just staying focused on the delightful part. Sometimes we're so surprised and delighted at the same time. And sometimes it takes like a little bit more effort to actually be delighted with the changes, right? But that's part of our choice and free will. We can choose to find the delight in it. And actually, I'm kind of delighting in this new coloring method that I kind of found here. I'm going to say that this part is also green. It's kind of fun to discover the new, right? I feel like that one got a little neglected, a little light. Well, that's a fun pattern, huh? Okay, I'm going to show you because I like it. Isn't that a fun pattern? Just the mix of colors, just delightful. And since we have a good thing going here, I think I'm gonna do, shall I do red orange or shall I do red purple? The choices. I'm gonna close my eyes and choose to. Red orange, that's all I get. What a surprise. Sometimes the silly things in life they can be delightful if we just choose for them to be, right? We can have fun with it. There's no age where you're supposed to stop having fun with life, right? These are a little bit of outliers, so I'm just gonna kind of get them while they're a little isolated. Surprise and delighted. Sometimes I'm delighted and not surprised. Sometimes I hope for something and it goes according to plan. Sometimes that's rare and special, and actually it's probably more appropriate to be surprised and delighted when these actually do go according to plan. Let me know if that's your life. Sometimes you make good plans and good intentions, and they say life is what happens while you're making other plans, right? That's fresh on my mind, that little saying. So, okay, super fun. I'm surprised and delighted with how quickly this is coming together. How does surprise and delight apply to you? Do you ever surprise and delight yourself? Like, oh, that was easier than I thought, or that came together faster than I thought. Oh, I'm actually better at that than I thought. I would encourage you to keep a journal of wins. And I know that hand on paper journaling is kind of, even for my gals that understand the value of writing with a writing instrument, having it flow out your arm, even people that recognize the value in that are just pressed for time, and it's harder and harder to take that pen to paper journaling time. So at least for your wins, I mean, if you're doing some detox writing, you just have to get it out and write it and tear it up and destroy it. Like, that's really good to pour out of your body through your hand. But if you're just like tracking your wins, maybe a digital component is something that's helpful, because my goal in encouraging you to do that would be so that it's accessible. So anytime you find something and count it as a win, you can just capture it, jot it down, put it in the book, and carry it with you to remind you that you are indeed a winner. And speaking of winning, I'm pretty pleased with how this turned out. Quick and good. It is good. I like it. I'll show you a little detail. Isn't that fun? A couple of colors there. A couple of colors there. I really do like the texture. That really came out cute. You really came out cute. How about that? I'm surprised and delighted with you. I'm delighted you're here. Hopefully I'm not surprised. I don't want to be surprised that you're here. I want to have expected, actually, that you would still be here, still working your way through the second half of the coloring book, choosing beautiful images to celebrate you and to remind you of your power, your worth, your delight that you bring to others. So thank you for joining me this evening, and I will leave you to it. I hope maybe you're playing with your creative instruments. Really, this coloring book is just a metaphor for life in so many ways. And I hope it's opening ideas to you that help you experience life in new and beautiful ways. So with that, I'm going to head out and let you do the same. Have a lovely evening. You are infinite.